Well, we're doing a little test. We've got the new Ninja firewood, smoker, grill. Right now we're doing a preheat and we're running it off of the Patriots solar generator. And we don't have any solar hooked up to it, nor are we plugged in. We're just running directly off of the generator and its battery. And one thing I've noticed on the preheat, it's pulling 1,654 watts. This thing's only rated for, I think, 1,800 total. But anytime I've seen like an electric heater on one of these pulling that kind of watts, it usually went into an overheat and shut down. But we're still running, and so far, no overheat. I'm not a cook. I'm gonna cook me some hot link sausages, and then later tonight we're gonna do some steaks on here. So this is gonna be our option, hopefully, for when we're boondocking and on the road. Hopefully the Ninja firewood is a cooking machine for dummies, just like me. So we'll give you a little update here in a little bit, but so far so good. Well, we're not too far into this, and it's still running, still pulling the same amount of watts. But if you notice, my little battery indicator isn't lit up. I don't know if that's a flaw in the machine, but like my percentage thing has never really worked either. But we're not overheated and we're still going, so we'll just see what happens. Well, a little update. We are, as you can see, overheated. Now what's odd is it's still showing it's pulling 1,663 watts, and it looks like it's running over here, like it's still getting some kind of power, but we're still in a preheat mode. But that kind of scares me that we've lost that, and we're definitely overheated. We'll continue to watch it and see. But 4Patriots, your little machine ain't handling 1,800 watts, or at least it doesn't appear to be. Well, it's not overheated, still pulling 1,600 watts. Kind of kicked itself out of that mode. We're back. I mean, I can't say that it ever stopped running. Still nervous about the fact that we can't tell how many watts, not watts, but battery life we have. But our grill made it all the way to add food, so we're still up and going. We're gonna add some hot links and see what we can get out of this thing. See if we can at least cook those off a solar generator. Well, a little update. We did get some hot links cooked. Haven't got to try them yet, but they look like they cooked. The grill, I don't believe ever shut off. Matter of fact, right now it's still on high. It's only pulling like 2 watts, and then the fan up there kicks on a little bit. But I'm still a little disappointed in the fact that it did go into an overheating mode, but when it went in overheating mode, it continued to run that. And I'm really disappointed in the fact that I have no idea how much battery life I have. I sure hope that comes back on. If not, we're going to be contacting 4Patriots. Stick with us. Here in a little while, we're going to try some steaks. Well, back to the 4Patriots. I mean, I guess it doesn't take a genius to cook hot links, but they turned out pretty good. I am really disappointed in the fact that I can't tell how much battery life I have. I did shut the unit off and shut it back on, or turn it back on, and nothing's changed up here. I mean, I don't know what's happened. I guess I'll go try to plug it in and charge it up. Disappointed. I'd really like to see how much battery it used. Well, I went and plugged it back up, as you can see, so we can kind of charge it back up. And my little indicator, which tells you it's charging and how much battery it's got, of course it's showing something. But when I went to unplug it to see, I wanted to see how much battery we actually used. When we did that, couldn't have been more than 10 minutes of cooking. It's still showing blank. We're gonna charge it up, hopefully see if it shows us something when it's done. Frustrating. Not what I would have hoped for out of something that costs so much money. Back to the 4Patriots. I've got it charging. I kind of had hooked it up in the RV for just a minute, and I moved it out here so we can try to cook with it here in a little bit. Well, I'm showing after it charged up for a few minutes, it's showing that it has 1 bar. So I don't know if it's a fluke or not. I mean, at 1600 watts, it pretty much sucked that whole battery down to 0 in a matter of about less than 5 minutes. That's kind of scary. And on top of that, what's weird is that I don't think it ever shut off or ever stopped supplying the Ninja power, even when it was in what it was saying, a overheat mode. Confusing. Wish I had a 4Patriots tech here, because there is some things that, like this, there's some kind of percentage looking thing back here. I'm guessing it's supposed to tell you what the battery percentage is. And there's a voltmeter. Well, I guess I'm not hooked up to volts, so that don't matter. But that percentage has never worked. I don't know. I'm kind of worried. Should I try to cook some steaks, or should I leave it hooked up to power while I'm doing it? Of course, that defeats the whole test. I don't want to run steaks, especially my first time to cook steaks. Little update. Been charging for a little over an hour and we're only at 2 bars. So this thing definitely drained all the way down. We're fixing to cook some steaks. I'm gonna leave it plugged up to 120. I'm not gonna take a chance. Whoa. Now I gotta say, the 4Patriots generator failed the test. Big time. Overheated, plugged in, trying to run the Ninja. Ninja's pulling 1600 watts. Okay, I get it, but I'm plugged in, I'm charging it, and I'm also trying to run it. And it just shut me down. I would have just ruined my wife's steaks. 4Patriots, this is not an 1800 watt generator. Or at least it won't keep up, even plugged in. Very disappointed. I had nothing but good things to say about it until I tried to run the Ninja cooker. I mean, what good is it if you can't even cook some food when you're boondocking? Really, really, really disappointed.